a day. I mean, look at America. You've got a bunch of billionaires that are they're saying fuck your constitution. We want to win this election. So and because of this Corona shit, the only way to conduct this election is through mail-in voting. But I'm gonna put my billionaire friend in charge of the post office. And what this guy has done is he's shut down the mail. He's dismantled the mail sorting machine, and so the way it's looking right now is that the election is in 48 days, right? And it's looking like there's no way they're going to get all the ballots counted by the end of election day.
It's ridiculous.
You know what I mean? Because if the only way to vote is by mail, and you dismantle the fucking post office, you know, it's crazy, man. Just like the education system, he put Betsy DeVos in charge of the education system. Another billionaire. She's trying to shut down the public school system. He put one of his billionaire coal miner friends. The coal industry is in the toilet because of the Environmental Protection Agency, because of all the stringent ecological laws that were put in place by the Environmental Protection Agency. They also made it so expensive to, the United States is sitting on a shit ton of oil. But because
it's like Saudi Arabia.
Because cost of getting it out of the ground, it's cheaper for the oil companies to import oil from Saudi Arabia and Kuwait and places like that than it is to drill it out of the ground.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
So Butch.
And he put a billionaire dude in charge of the Environmental Protection Agency. They're rolling back.
Hello, can you hear me? Not to go off on a tangent, innit? Because I don't. This is not really the idea behind the show today. What I want to ask is, what I really wanted to ask before we go off on a tangent. Are black people really the architects?
We've been off on a tangent for the last 15 minutes, man.
Yeah. No, actually, we're not really, because this is where I was leading to. Are black people really the architects of their own downfall, or are we the victims? Are we victims, or are we the architects? Are we to blame while we're not further in life, or are we really victims of some sort of if you want systematic racism or institutional racism or whatever you want to call it? Are we victims? I don't know, because a lot of people, there's a lot of people like Candice Owens and stuff would say, yeah, it's black people's fault why they're not further in life. And I'm like, hold on a minute.
Candice Owens is a coon. She's cooning for the white people.
Yeah, probably.
She's cooning, just like this fucker. What's his name? Terrence K. Williams.
No, he's a fool. He's not one of that stupid chicken.
Terrence K. Williamson.
Yeah, he's a fool, man. Trust me, I had to write some.
The son of a bitch. He's talking about how he loves Donald Trump. Donald Trump. It's like Step and Fetch It back in the day. You ever heard of Step and Fetch It?
I think so. I need to check, man. Hold on.
I've not heard of it.
Step and Fetch It. I can't remember his real name, but he was the first black actor to earn $1 million. And the way he did it was doing exactly what white people, being exactly the kind of stereotypical lazy guy on camera, the stupid nigga, right? See, and they thought he was hilarious.
Yeah, that's the thing.
They thought he was hilarious.
It was always decided that we were the dancing, the entertaining guys. As long as we were doing staying in our corner, in our lane, it was good. The moment we try and do something else, be a bit more educated or read a book, no, we don't want this, man. And that's the same as today. If you ask me, if you look at it it's the same. If you be a musician or you try and be an actor or something, you'll make it. Or a sportsman, you're good. As soon as you try and be someone in the judicial system or a doctor or something, they're like, we don't really have a space for you, man. You
Yeah,
know,
but what are you basing that on? Because
well,
there's plenty of doctors of color.
well, that's
There's
yeah, but
plenty of
are they not out of Africa most of the time? How many doctors do you really find? I don't know,
no.
maybe in America,
I mean,
but
the thing is, right? What you got to remember is your circle is your circle.
yeah,
So you probably aren't seeing people, but there are doctors of colours.
it's
There's
definitely
dentists. There's man. I met a black dentist only before this lockdown. So
yeah. I remember
what you aren't seeing. The thing is, you ain't going to see them all marching down the road saying, "Yeah, man, we're black doctors and we've got to make our stand." They're just quietly getting on with getting on.
that.
So the thing is, opportunity is out there and it is being taken.
Yeah,
And yeah, racism exists as well, but you can't draw a line and say, "Oh, no black people are achieving," because there's a whole heap of black people who are achieving so much right
yeah,
now. But just because they're not, they're not in our faces, doesn't mean it's not happening. You know what I mean? There's actually one of the top barristers in the UK, actually a Rasta man.
really.
He got locks down to his backside. But you're not going to see him. I saw him. He was in the paper about a year ago, and I was like, blows on skirts. But what we lack, I suppose, are people in those professions in our faces saying, yeah, no opportunities out of reach. That's what we lack, because when you do go and see a doctor, or you see a doctor on TV, or you see a judge on TV, or a lawyer on TV, they're always the same colour. But the reality is, they are out there, man. You know what I mean? It's yes, it's hard, but they are out there. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's not as kind of like, oh, you can't be a doctor. That's bull. Maybe in Germany that might happen, but not over here in the UK.
No, in Germany, it's all right. Germany's more representative. Like if you see a doctor, like I think Germany's still a little bit more less institutionally racist than England, because even though there's racism here and it's known for racism,
Hey,
there's
don't
not really
don't
this.
don't kid yourself, man.
I was gonna
Don't
say,
kid
man,
yourself.
Germany's less, mate.
Well,
Listen.
can I elaborate on that? I
The
mean, when it comes to
the problem with racism in Germany is that
over,
it's so embedded into the psyche of the Germans. A lot of
yeah,
people are just racist, and they're not even aware
yeah,
that a
that's the
lot of their
difference.
behavior is racist.
Yeah,
Well, I
yeah,
think you'll find that with that. That's why um, some white people couldn't get their head around Black Lives Matter, because they don't realise what racism is.
yeah,
But to say,
No, the thing of it is the white people who can't get their heads around Black Lives Matter are the people that Black Lives Matter they're the people that really need to understand that Black Lives Matter, because the white folks that think Black Lives Matter is like a terrorist organization are the same white folks that go out and support these fucking white militias, the ones who say that kid that shot those three people in Kenosha, Wisconsin, they say it was self-defense. Well, how
yeah,
can it be self-defense? First of all, the kid is 17 years old,
mm,
right? Which means he's not even allowed to legally carry a gun. They've got an open carry gun in Wisconsin, but the kid's from Illinois, right? Which means that he took an assault rifle from Illinois into Wisconsin, and he's walking around brandishing a fucking assault rifle, and he shoots three people, and they say it's self-defense. Now the cops took this guy. They gave him water. They protected him, right? And now and even Donald Trump gets into it and says that it looks like self-defense to him. But the thing of it is that I saw it on film when this guy with a skateboard swung his skateboard at dude's head, right? And he shot the guy. But what you don't see is you see the people chasing after this guy but what don't see is prior to them trying to disarm this guy, he had already shot somebody in the head and killed him. That's not on camera. They didn't start filming this guy until he actually killed somebody.
no,
Right? And now they're saying everybody, man, dude, my ex-wife's uncle got on. I posted about that shit on my Facebook page, and my
Hello.
two people that I've known for years, man. You know, one of them I've known since I was 18 years old, and the other one I've known for the last 20 years. They both got on my fucking page and said that it looked like self-defense to them, and it wasn't illegal. He wasn't carrying an illegal weapon. Well, the gun itself was not illegal, but he was carrying it illegally because he was underage.
Yeah.
Okay, and my ex uncle actually said, yeah, those fucking Black Lives Matter pricks deserved it, you know. And I'm saying to myself, really, is that what you think? I said, you realize that I'm one of those Black Lives Matter pricks, right?
Yeah.
And your niece has 3 children with this Black Lives Matter prick.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is, people that I've known for years and years and years are swallowing this Donald Trump racist Kool-Aid, you know.
Yeah.
And it's
I
not
think
like
I think what you got to remember is a lot of people, their interaction with the world is through the square box.
Mm-hmm.
And the square box will tell people whatever it wants them to believe. Now, you know, they're calling it a terrorist organization because they want to discredit it. But the reality is, it's got nothing to do with terrorism. Yes, there is a organization called BLM, but BLM as an actual phrase, you know, can't be owned by anyone other than, you know, this is a phrase, Black Lives Do Matter. You know, isolated incidents. I mean, America's just mad to me anyway. The way everyone just walks around with guns and this, that, and the other, it's nuts. Those people chasing after that guy,
man,
with the gun.
One of the reasons why I've been living in Germany for 30 years.
My thought on watching that is, why are you chasing after a guy who's got a gun who's already used it?
That's,
you know
that's the same as that guy who got shot in it.
Why are you chasing after a guy who's got a gun who's already used a gun? Surely you phone the police from a safe distance to make sure he gets arrested. But, you know, and that's the thing. I think because guns are so prevalent in America, people almost think they're invincible. If someone pointed a gun at me, I'm walking the other way. I ain't walking towards them. I ain't chasing after them. I'm getting the hell out of there. Well, you know, it's just crazy.
Yeah, this guy's armed with an assault rifle that can shoot through a fucking bulletproof vest, and you attack him with a skateboard.
You just get out of his way, man. Not being funny, man. Get out of his way. I don't know. I mean, I think to a degree it hasn't been hijacked. But I think what's happening is because you've got some angry people who are marching for the cause. And what you got to remember is, when you've got a crowd of people, the energy is different to when it's one person on their own. One person on their own ain't going to cause a ruckus. When you got 1,000 people behind you all baying for blood, a different kind of energy can take different people and make them do things which probably they wouldn't normally do. Bit of bravado,
actually,
petrol bomb.
They've said that they're saying that you know, they're hollering about violent protests and shit like that. When it's been proven that 96% of the protesters are peaceful. It's peaceful protest.
Well, they always
you've
show.
got some anarchists that are in there trying to start some shit.
Yeah.
And you've got people that are out.
Young men, angry young women who are like, right, I'm taking a stand, and you know, not just black, white as well.
They've also caught some white supremacists
causing trouble
around looting, setting shit, so they can say, look at what Black Lives Matter is doing. But it's not Black Lives Matter. It's these white militias, and the Department of Homeland Security has been trying for the last 5 years to get right-wing militias declared as domestic terrorist groups. But and they said the number one threat for domestic terrorism in the United States is the right-wing white supremacist movement.
Sure. Always
But Donald
was.
Trump has already called Black Lives Matter a terrorist group.
It's crazy, man.
You guys are frozen.
Yeah, everyone's frozen. I don't know. I think I don't know if it's my network is very slow today. I don't know why, man. I this internet to do my head in, but I am gonna
Yeah, well,
replace it soon.
Simon is I'm seeing him move in real time, but you are like
No,
moving
Nigel.
stops and starts. You know.
That's
I'm not Simon.
Nigel.
That's
Sorry.
That's his name. You can see his name underneath, can't you?
I said Simon.
Yeah, it's all right, no problem. What I want to say though,
Sorry
but yeah, anyway, going back
man.
to.
I'm just,
No
I've got CRS.
Anyway, going back to the original question. So, would you say so you would agree? I think Nigel, would you agree that we're the architects of our own downfall, or would you say are we victims? I would say I still say.
I'd say if you choose to be a victim in this world, whether you're black or white, then you can be a victim if you want to be. If you want to strive, obviously there's a lot of things, circumstance, there's a bit of luck involved. You know, life does throw curveballs, but I truly believe that someone who puts their head to it can achieve, can strive. I think if the mentality around you is telling you that that's your world, then that becomes your world. If, you know, I think there's a phrase in the Bible, you speak what you become. So if what you hear and you speak is negative, then your life is going to be a negative life. You're always going to be glass half full. Whereas myself, my life, yeah, I've had tough times. I've had racism, all that, but would I sit here and go, oh, woe is me, life's been tough? Hell no. Hell no. Because I've had opportunities. I've done things which other people haven't done. I've been to places other people haven't been to. You know, my life's been good. You know, do I have any regrets? Yeah, I should have played football a bit longer.
Mine as well, with the exception of the last few months. I mean, I worked for a living for several years, man, but for the last 30 years, I've been the guy to decide what my time is worth. I've been the guy that gets to do exactly what I was born to do, and I get to charge people for it. You know, I refuse to let somebody else say, okay, an hour of my time is worth $12. No, you don't get to decide that. I decide that. And I'm one of the fortunate people. I'm one of the fortunate people on this planet that is doing exactly what I was born to do.
Yeah.
And getting paid for it.
But you the exception. Are you the exception or not the rule? That's the question. Because you got to use blessed.
Of course, I'm the exception.
And that's what I mean. So that leads me back to saying, are we still victims? We're still victims then, I would say. We're not architects of our own, you know, downfall, because you can do it because you've got a great voice and people will hear that and see that and be like, actually, we could do something with him. And me, I learned to play piano. So people might be like, I can play piano. Well, we could do something with him. Maybe just a normal guy, maybe a little bit more intelligent, but you don't get that break.
But the thing is, normal black, normal white, normal Asian, every problem that you're going to come out with, people in other countries of other races have got the same bloody problems and issues.
I guess so.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
I mean, what do you expect? Do you expect every single black person to have the best job in the world? I mean,
not at all. But I do believe that there's probably been some people who.
I think you can't even expect that from white people, man.
Yeah, I think Wayne. I think you set our sights too low. You set our sights too low, man. I don't know where. You know, I don't know how. Obviously, you're in Germany. I'm in the UK. I live a different life to you. But I think you see things negative first, as opposed to, you know, it's like yourself, Wayne, and it's like you, Butch, being